guys, so welcome to another set of tutorials. So our next lesson is how to create a crystal report and use in our C# program, no? So in Visual Studio. So since Visual Studio is not supported anymore with Crystal Report, so first you will download the SAP Crystal Report. You can search in Google. So once you have downloaded the Crystal Report, just example, we have already downloaded the SAP Crystal Report. Just install this one. Next, then extract, then install. So just click next until you finish installing this SAP Crystal Report. Okay, so since we have already installed, so we will just cancel this one. So after you install the Crystal Report, so in your toolbox, you can now see a reporting controls. Okay, and also when you add an item, you can see a Crystal Report templates here. So but kung hindi kayo naka-install ng Crystal Report, this is not present here, so you need to install. So I'm going to demonstrate how to create a simple report. So we have already created is a simple library system. Okay, so this library system will we have two transactions, the borrow and the return. Okay, so here in our report, so I have created one form. Okay, so this form this will be our basis for our reporting. So if I will query for this date between January 12 to December 1 to December 10, when I click view, so all the transactions recorded between these two dates will be displayed. So and when we click print, so we are going to preview this data in our report, Crystal Report. Then we can, so that we can print. So for example, we will just query this date. Okay, no record found. Okay, we have an error, so hindi natin na lagyan ng try and catch. Okay, so for from January December 4 to December 5, so we have two records. So when we click print, so we are going to use our Crystal Report. So how to start? So first, what you need is a form. Okay, so we will create a form as our report viewer form. Okay, so let's add a form. So add, then we will select forms. Okay, so I will call this form report viewer. Saba kay iro. Okay, let's add. So we have a report viewer now. So I can call this one transaction report. Okay, then in my toolbox, I will just simply go to reporting, then I will drag this control to my newly created form. So we have our report viewer now. Then the next is this form. We will call this form. We will open this form when we click the print button here. Okay, so we can create an object name for that report viewer form. Okay, my report. So new form report viewer. Then I will show it as a dialog. So our database is LiveDB. Okay, so these are our two tables. So when we are going to try this one, okay, let's try to preview. So when we click print, so our report viewer now shows, but we still don't have the data put in here. So kailangan tayo mag-layout ng report. Okay, lalagyan natin ng data ang ating report viewer. So in order to put some data to our report viewer, so we can create a crystal report. Okay, let's add new, then crystal report. Yan. So I will call this crystal report. Okay, just use blank report. Okay, so we have a blank crystal report. Okay, so this is our report viewer. So we have our form. So in our report viewer form, we drag this control. Then, so the name of our crystal viewer is this one, crystal viewer 1. So we have our form report viewer, our crystal viewer control. So we added to our form is the name is crystal report viewer. Okay, so go back to our crystal report. So we will lay out our reports now. Okay, so I want that our report will display the dates. Okay, so the date that is being selected by the users here. So kung ano yung date na na-select, dapat yun din ang date na mag-display sa header sa ato ang form. Okay, so first we will add some header text sa atong form. So just click, drag this one. Okay, for example, transaction report, library transaction report, library transaction report. Check the format text. We can change the size, okay, gawin natin bold. Okay, library transaction report. So dito sa baba, gusto na ko yung dates na naa sa ato ang para dynamic atong reports. Gusto na ko kaning ato ang okay, so these two data time picker. So these two data time picker, so the value of this will be displayed in our report. So first, I'm going to create a parameter. So let's add some parameter for the to control. Okay, so how to add parameter? Just click this field explorer, then go to parameter. So let's add new parameter. So I will add for the start date. Okay, then I will add also, since we have two control na ipa-display natin, so let's add two parameters. So see end date. Okay, then these two parameter i-drag na nato diha. Yan. Ito yung isa. Okay, so let's insert another text object as ob. So we can add underline, Okay, so we have these two parameters. So these two control, so ipasa nato ilang data diri. So muna natin parameter. Okay, so let's try to run. let's click. Okay, so still wala pa, empty pa ang ating report viewer. Okay, so let's add data to our two parameters. So yung data nanggaling sa ating isang form. So itong form na to, pag click na to aning print button, magdi-display si report viewer. So si report viewer dapat kukuha ng data sa ating form, report, and return form. So ang gagawin natin para makuha natin yung data from one form to another form, first, yung control na gusto nating kunin doon sa isang form, dapat nakaset as public siya. Okay? So, change na nato ang iyahang modifier. This one. So, let's make it public. Itong dalawa, public. Okay. So, yung text box sa ubos, hinuon na lang ko siyang public. Gamito na to niya. So, back to our... Tapos, kukunin natin yung data dito sa ating Crystal Report viewer. Okay, so, yung doon tayo sa form load, mag-add ng code. Okay? So, let's get first the data of that data control, data time picker. So, ang gawin natin para ma-access natin, so let's call that form kung asa nanggaling yung object or yung control. So, nanggaling sa form FRM report and return. So, gagawa ako ng object name for that here. Okay, so I will call this my form. Okay, I call this na lang, this. Then dito, this equal to my form. Dapat yun talaga ang gagawin nyo. So first, create kayo ng object name sa form. Okay, just like alias. Then ilalagay nyo as parameter. Then yung parameter, i-equal nyo ang kanilang name. So, pwede natin siya ma-access dito. So, every time na nag-load si form, so, pwede natin magamit this. So, yung pangalan ng ating si date start at saka si date end. So, yung pangalan sa form, si that. Okay, dito na. So, nakuha natin yung kanilang value. At saka si yung isa. This, that, DTN lang yun. Okay. So, ito yung pangalan ng ating mga controls na nanggaling sa kabilang form. Okay, ito. So, dapat naka-public. Then, first create a alias of your form, tapos ilagay mo as parameter. So, every time na nag-open si report viewer form, makukuha na natin yung kanilang yung value dito. Okay? So, this form, ito yung mga data na galing sa isang form, ipapasa natin sa parameter ng ating Crystal Report. So, we have this parameter. So, the name of our parameters are start date and end date. So, balik tayo sa report viewer. Okay? So, pag nag-load si form, so, ipapasa natin siya. Okay, how to pass? So, first, we will create an object name for our Crystal Report. So, our Crystal Report name is Crystal Report 1. So, ito isa. So, gagawa ako ng object name sa ating Crystal Report. Okay, new Crystal Report 1. Okay. So, once na nakuha na natin yung, nagawa na natin siya ng bagong object name. So, since si OBG na ang ating Crystal Report, I can set parameters. Set parameter value. Okay? So, we can add. So, since we have 2 parameters, tapos, dito, yung ating mga parameters sa ating Crystal Report. Si start date at saka si end date. Start date at saka isa si end date. Okay? So, yung value dito, yan. Yun ang i-match natin dito. Okay? So, para ma-view, no? So, once na na-set up yung object, so, let's put the Crystal Report in our report viewer. So, ito pong report viewer natin na nandito sa ating FRM report viewer. So, click natin. So, si Crystal Report viewer, ito siya. So, ipapasa natin yung data source, no? Yung data source ng ating Crystal Report, kukunin natin dito sa ating Crystal Report object. Okay? So, Crystal Report Viewer. So, yung report source natin, no? So, yung report source natin ay yung ating Crystal Report, which is the name of our Crystal Report here we put as an object. Then, i-refresh lang natin si Crystal Report. Okay, so na-refresh na. So, try natin. So, reports. So, select natin yung dates. Yung print report. So, ito na, nagdi-display na. Okay, still walang nag-appear na Crystal Report. Okay, so we have an error. Check natin yung error. So, okay. So, dito pala, since may parameter yung pag-call natin ni report viewer, lagyan lang natin ng this, no? It's because of this parameter. Okay? So, try. Okay. Okay, so, meron na tayong header. So, lalagyan lang natin sa baba ng for example, pwede tayong maglagay ng name dito. Then we can display to our report. So let's add another parameter dito sa footer part. Okay? So, gawa tayo ng isang parameter. Let's add some parameter. New. Example, prepared by. So, pwede ka mag-customize ng yung report. So, just drag lang dito. Okay, pangalan si prepared. So, copy-paste ko ito. Okay, lagyan ko ng prepared by. Okay, so ito naman, lagyan natin ng underline. Okay. So, tapos, dito naman, sa ating report viewer form, dagdag na naman tayo ng isang parameter. Copy-paste. So, since naka-public na yun, so, ang pangalan na ni si prepared. Okay. Prepared. Then, yung control ng galing ni text box 1. Okay, so let's preview. Okay, so walang values sa text box. Goodbye. Okay, you see? So we can pass values from our forms to our Crystal Report. Just add some parameters. So next, so paano natin ma-display yung data na nanggaling sa ating tables. Okay, dito. So ito. So, dapat ito yung i-reflect ng ating body sa ating report. So dito. So dito sa section area, so dito tayo maglagay ng data from our table. So gagawa tayo ng connection string. Iko-connect natin yung Crystal Report to our table. So, but before we do that, so let's create a class that will hold those data from our table. Tapos from our class, ipapasa natin dito sa ating Crystal Report. Okay? So, for example, ang data natin na kukunin from our table is kuha tayo dito sa transaction. Kukunin natin yung transaction type, yung sino yung nagbabaro, anong book ang kanyang binaro, anong date, no? Anong date, tapos ano po yung quantity, ilan ang quantity ng books na based sa kanyang transaction. So we will use this one. So yung borrowed ID, ililink natin yan dito sa ating borrower. So instead na borrower ID, si name. Sa book, kukunin natin yung title. Instead na book ID, title ang ating kukunin. So let's create a class for these fields, no? Okay. So let's create a class. Right click, then add new item, then let's create a class. Okay, so ang pangalan sa class, let's name it Tran. Okay, so dito. So let's create some object names to our classes. So let's add some objects. So first object natin ay si Tran type. Okay, Tran type. So si Tran type, ang kanyang data type is string. So ang pangalan niya si Tran type. Okay, so we will set and get. Okay, so pwede natin siya pasahan, lagyan ng data. Pwede din tayo kuha ng data sa kanya. Set and get. Then isa pa si borrower, si name, no? Si name ang galing ni borrower. So si public, copy lang ko ni because name is also a string. Okay, I'll just call it name. Then the other one is si book title. Si book title ay title. Okay, title. Okay, so we will also get date. Date, kailan siya nagbaborrow. Okay, so unahin natin siya dito. Date, tapos yung data type niya, date time. So ang pangalan niya, si date. Okay, so another field is si quantity. Okay, so si quantity. So si quantity, ang kanyang data type is integer. Is int. Okay, si QTY. Okay, so ito lang. So example, these are all the data that we are going to display to our Crystal Report. So mayroong class na tayo. Then back to our Crystal Report, we will add some database fields. Okay, so but we are going to get data first in our class. So, di tayo kukuha direct to our database. So, dadaan muna tayo sa ating class, no? See that we will create a connection string. So, we will get data diri sa atong class. Tapos, si class, sudlan na itong data dito sa ato ang form. Okay, dili. Okay? So, how to get data from our class nga i-create. So, dito tayo sa database fields. Okay? So, let's add some connections. So, connections, dito ta kukuha sa ato ang class, not to our local host. Okay? So, let's create a new connection. So, let's create an XML. Okay? So, dito sa XML, so, may class name dito. So, yung class name natin is si Tran. Okay? So, ita-type lang natin yung namespace natin. So, yung pangalan ng ating project. So, that is our namespace. Dot, pangalan ng ating class. Okay? Para ma-access natin yung mga object and methods to our class. So, ito, tama ang spelling. So, namespace, ito. Then, pangalan sa class. Then, finish. Oops. May error. So, first, para ma-resolve natin yung error, so, i-connect muna natin yung ating data source. So, let's add some data source to our report viewer para hindi mag-error. So, dito mag-error. We cannot add, no? We cannot add the value of our class here. So, kasi hindi pa natin nakakonect sa ating database. So, i-connect muna natin yung class natin bago natin mag-add ng database field sa ating Crystal Report dito sa ato ang code. So, let's add some. Okay. So let's make a query. So, mag-query tayo. So, since we have already a query from our, so may query na tayo dito. Ito. So, ito na query ang ating gamitin since pariha lang. So, yung query, kukunin natin yung name, transaction date, title ng book, status. Okay, ang wala lang dito is yung quantity. So, kukunin natin yan. So, yun ang gagamitin natin sa ating report viewer. So, gagawa tayo ng query. So, yung nag-error na si date kasi si date time picker nandun sa kabilang form. So, let's use this. Okay, this. Okay. So, magdagdag lang tayo ng isang field, which is the quantity that we want to display in our form. This one. So, in our report viewer. So, nakakonect na natin. Meron na tayong query. So, i-execute na natin yung query. Okay? So, how to execute that query? So, gagawa tayo ng list from our class. Okay? So, list. Then, we have the name of our class, Citran. Okay? The name of our list, example, si listran. Okay? Equal to yung ating connection sa ating database. So, gagawa muna tayo ng connection db new db connect. Okay? So, we have db, let's call db, then we have this db dot condb dot query. Okay, so let's use the query. So we can use the query method ito. So let's add a library, a Dapper library. Okay, we use Dapper. So kung wala kayong Dapper, so mag-download lang kayo ng DLL ng Dapper, no? So you can connect your Visual Studio to the internet, then you go to Solution Explorer, then you can manage Nugget. Then here you can type Dapper. So tapos pwede niyo i-click, i-update niyo siya, i-install, or you can download the Dapper DLL, then you can add as reference. So ito yung Dapper DLL, i-browse lang niyo kung saan yun di-download para magamit mo to si Dapper. So si Dapper is a framework, no? It's a open source framework, so used to extend the use of query, no? So isang pwede natin magamit na method is yung query method. Ito siya. So this is defined under Dapper, no? So marami pa yung gamit ng Dapper sa query. Pag query, madali lang mag-query gamit si Dapper. Okay? So just download the Dapper, maliit lang yan. So query, then next is query, then yung ating class. Okay, the name of class is Citran. Then our query. So the name of our query is query. Ito siya. Okay. Then that to list. Okay. So more na ito timanan. So first we will create a list, no? So list, this is came from our class. Okay, nagde-define tayo ng class. So kung ilan yung field na gagamitin natin sa ating reports, yun din ang i-define natin as field names, no, in our classes, no? So ito. So once na meron na tayong class, so once nga na tayo class, so sa list natin gamitin natin si class, then name of our class, then yung atong query. So para ma-execute yung ating query, we need a dot query method, so which is defined under Dapper framework, you know, this is a framework, so we use as our library. So i-extend niya ang atong query capability niya. Then muna yung syntax followed by our class, then our open and close parenthesis, this is our query, then that to list. Then yung ating query, yung ating list, no? Ito ang ating list, yan ang ilalagay natin as source to our Crystal Report. Set data source. Okay, so yung data source natin si list run. Okay, so nakuha na natin yung source niya. So try natin sa ating Crystal Report if makagamit na ba tayo ng ating class. Okay, so wait tayo ng new connection. Click na natin yung .NET object, so this will load all our classes. So select natin yung class, finish. Oops. Okay, so let's try to add it again. So ito sa net object, click lang natin yan. So lalabas na yung public classes natin. So try natin i-add yan. So add na siya. Okay, dapat lang pala so once na add na siya, so ito na ating mga fields. So drag lang natin yan sa ating dito sa ating detailed section. Okay. So, let's save. Try natin yung preview ang ating okay, for example, okay, so print. Okay, so ito na. May display na. Okay, check natin kung pareha ba. Pogi. Okay, bakit walang transaction type? Tran type. Walang tran type. So, status niya, wala, quantity, walang quantity. Check natin, 1 na quantity. So, ang i-display lang niya is yung mga hindi na return, yung unreturn. Okay. So, bakit nag-display si tran type? Borrow, tran type. Okay. Wala dito yung tran type 3. So, let's add some tran type. T.tran type. So, mayroon tran type tayo dito. Okay. So, let's sa view mo din eh. So, dito. Let's add some tran type. T.tran type. So, for example, it's query from December 4 to 5. So, let's print. So, we have 2 records. Okay. So, we can query from December 6 to 11. Prepared by AJ. We can print a report. So we have our report. So we can immediately print if we can attach to our printer. Okay, so ito na display na si type. So that's it, no? So you can customize the format of your form. Just use the parameters. So, pwede nyo itong lagyan ng mga Crystal Report. Pwede mo butangan mga pictures. Pwede yung layout. So, let's insert some. Okay. Put it here so we can add some total. Field like page number. So, description, we can add some. Pwede natin ma-add. Data running group total, so we can add some total fields. Let's add some total fields. So i-total natin si quantity. Okay, i-total natin si quantity. So let's add. Okay, then we can drag it here. Then we can write total. So C. Control V, edit. Okay, let's print. So total is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, sample this data lang. So we have 2. Okay, so dali ra kayo. Okay, that's it.